Good Tuesday, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Conversation Daily News. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again. We, of course, have your news headlines coming up on this Tuesday. We have the truth of the day with Mary Ellen Ciganovich in today's Entertainment Spotlight. You've been part of my conversation with award-winning author, filmmaker, and entrepreneur, Omegia Keys. Enjoy today's program. For Conversation Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with your Tuesday headlines. In national news, Mississippi State Department of Health released the latest COVID-19 numbers for the 4-day period from December the 30th to January the 2nd. MSDH said 17,525 new COVID-19 cases and 5 deaths were reported during that time period. The number of COVID-19 cases, hospitalizations, and outbreaks have been growing rapidly in the Magnolia State. Health officials said Omicron is significantly more infectious than the Delta variant. However, there is growing evidence that indicates that vaccination, especially booster doses, can prevent serious illness, hospitalizations, and even deaths. In a related story, FDA expands Pfizer boosters for more teens as Omicron surges. The U.S. is expanding COVID-19 boosters as it confronts the Omicron surge, with the Food and Drug Administration allowing extra Pfizer shots for children as young as 12. Boosters already are recommended for everyone 16 and older, and federal regulators on Monday decided they are also warranted for 12 to 15-year-olds once enough time has passed since their last dose. But the move, coming as classes restart after the holidays, isn't the final step. A panel to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention is expected to decide later this week whether to recommend boosters for the younger teens, with the final decision by Dr. Rochelle Walensky, the CDC's director. The FDA also said everyone 12 and older who's eligible for a Pfizer booster can get one as early as 5 months after their last dose, rather than 6 months. FDA vaccine chief Dr. Peter Marks said even though serious illness is uncommon in younger teens, a booster will help them avoid that risk while also helping reduce the spread of Omicron or any other coronavirus mutant. In more national news, thousands of flights canceled, delayed at start of work week. A winter storm hitting the mid-Atlantic combined with the pandemic to further frustrate air travelers whose return flights home from the holidays were canceled or delayed in the first few days of the new year. More than 2,600 U.S. flights and more than 4,100 worldwide were grounded as of midday Monday, according to tracking service FlightAware. Another 8,500 flights were delayed, including 3,100 in the U.S. Travelers could take hope from an improving weather forecast. Airlines canceled fewer than 300 U.S. flights scheduled for today. First, however, they had to contend with a winter storm expected to bring as much as 10 inches of snow from the District of Columbia, Northern Virginia, and Central Maryland through Monday afternoon. The cancellations and delays just added to the despair felt over the weekend by holiday travelers trying to get home. In more national news, Schumer says Senate to vote on filibuster change on voting bill. Days before the anniversary of the January 6th attack on the Capitol, Majority Leader Chuck Schumer announced the Senate will vote on filibuster rule change to advance stalled voting legislation the Democrats say is needed to protect democracy. In a letter Monday to colleagues, Schumer said the Senate must evolve and will debate and consider the rule changes by January 17th, on or before Martin Luther King Jr. Day, as the Democrats seek to overturn Republican opposition to the elections law package. Let me be clear, January 6th was a symptom of a broader illness, an effort to delegitimize our election process, Schumer wrote on Monday. And the Senate must advance systematic democracy reforms to repair our republic, or else the events of that day will not be an aberration, they will be the new norm. The election and voting rights package has been stalled in the evenly split 50-50 Senate, blocked by a Republican-led filibuster, and leaving Democrats unable to mount the 60-vote threshold needed to advance it towards passage. Democrats have been unable to agree among themselves over potential changes to the Senate rules to reduce the 60-vote hurdle, despite months of private negotiations. Two holdout senators, Senators Joe Manchin and Kristen Sinema, have tried to warn their party of changes to the Senate rules, arguing that if and when Republicans take majority control of the chamber, they could use the lower voting threshold to advance bills Democrats oppose. And finally, in business news, after a big 2021, Wall Street starts new year edging higher. Stocks rose on Wall Street in afternoon trading on Monday, marking a solid start to the new year after closing out 2021 with big gains for the third year in a row. The S&P 500 was up 0.5%, the Dow Jones Industrial Average rose 176 points, or 0.5%, to 36,512, and the Nasdaq rose 1%. Technology stocks and a mix of retailers and other companies that rely on consumer spending gained ground. Tesla jumped 12% for the biggest gain in the S&P 500 after reporting strong delivery numbers for 2021, a signal that investors felt confident about economic growth. Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. It's now time for the Truth of the Day with Mary Ellen Ciganovich. Mary Ellen, take it away.
Hi, this is Mary Ellen with your Truth of the Day. Free yourself from negativity. Negativity seems to be everywhere. You can choose to create a space around you that is free from negativity, a space that protects you from the things other people do or say. Even though people may have the best intentions, at times they make you feel vulnerable and hurt. It may not even be what they said. It may be the way they said the words they chose. It might just be a day when you feel susceptible or off balance. In either case, you can avoid these negative feelings or comments by imagining yourself surrounded by a golden shell. This shell is permeable, but allows in thoughts and words that are affirming, comforting, and positive. This is your sphere of positivity. You can use this technique anytime you need to feel safe, secure, and loved. Today, find ways to care for yourself, making sure you respond in positive and supportive ways as you go about and enjoy the day.
We are part of my conversation coming up with Omegia Keys in today's Entertainment Spotlight. Stay with us. You're listening to Conversation Daily News. For Conversation Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with the Entertainment Spotlight. Best-selling author, filmmaker, and entrepreneur Omegia Keys joined me on Conversations Live, the radio show, to discuss her new book, Master Your Digital Business Like a Boss, and the importance of creating opportunities. Here's a bit of our conversation.
Another thing that you mentioned in the beginning of the book, or toward the beginning of the book, Omegia, is about the important things of creating opportunities. You write in the book, instead of waiting on investors to knock on my door, I created my own opportunities. Do you think that is something that so many people are just waiting, right? They're just waiting on that big break. They're waiting on someone to discover them. Do you think that's one thing that has set you apart, is that you've gone out there and gotten what you wanted?
I absolutely do think that's what set me apart, because I run into so many people who, I get messages daily with people saying that, they want to be recognized by, as filmmakers. They're waiting to submit their work to this, and if it doesn't work out, then they're gonna quit. And I'm like, well, why can't you do it yourself? Like, that's what I'm not scared to get out there and put my own money where my mouth is. And I know some people look at me now and they think like I have all this money, but I worked hard to get it. Like, films cost a lot of money, so I will get out there and do whatever it takes, working on other film projects, driving Uber, Lyft, Amazon Flex. I will do whatever it takes to get up the money that I need to get to where I want to be. I'm not waiting for it, because it was never designed for us. If you're waiting on opportunities to come, those opportunities were never meant for you, so you're going to be waiting forever.
Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. We thank you all for tuning into this edition of Conversations Daily News. Prepare to get on tomorrow's more news, Truth of the Day with Mary Ellen Ciganovich, and of course your Entertainment Spotlight. Until then, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversation Daily News today. Let's make today amazing. Take care.